All right, today we're doing a deep dive into the strategy, the philosophy really, behind building a truly world-class wardrobe. And this isn't just about collecting a bunch of expensive things. No, it's about finding that final, perfect piece that takes a great collection and turns it into an absolute masterpiece.
So, let's kick things off with a little puzzle. Imagine your closet is already stocked with the absolute best of modern luxury. We're talking Dior, Zegna, Louis Vuitton. What could you possibly be missing? I mean, really. The answer, you'll see, isn't about needing another jacket to wear, it's about philosophy.
And to even begin to solve that puzzle, we have to understand the pillars of the collection as it is right now. Because these aren't just any jackets. They are a masterclass in what it means to dress with power today.
Okay, first up, Dior, the icon's jacket. I mean, it's a perfect statement of what a contemporary vision looks like. It expertly bridges that classic heritage tailoring with this super clean, high-fashion feeling. This piece, this is the modernist, almost architectural approach to power.
Then you've got Zegna, which, let's be honest, is less of a fashion house and more like a world-leading textile laboratory. With their whole seed-to-sow philosophy, the luxury isn't really the design itself, it's in the very DNA of their Awasi cashmere. The fabric is the entire story here.
And finally, of course, Louis Vuitton. With this one, the power doesn't come from the tailoring or even the textile. It comes from just unparalleled brand power. This is an investment in a lifestyle, an aspiration, all backed by the cultural force of the most recognized luxury brand on the planet.
So let's be super clear about this. These three jackets aren't just expensive items you hang in a closet. They represent three totally distinct pillars of modern luxury. You've got modernist design, you've got material supremacy, and you've got iconic branding. It's a seriously formidable foundation.
But what if that foundation, as solid as it is still missing something fundamental? What if there's another level entirely? A whole other sphere defined by this obsessive, almost fanatical devotion to pure craft and raw material?
Well, that is the world of Loro Piana, the absolute purists brand. Their entire identity is built on the supremacy of the fiber. They literally engineer textiles like double-faced cashmere, which is this incredibly complex process that results in a garment that's just as soft and perfect on the inside as it is on the out. It's incredible.
Or, get this, consider a brand like Keaton, where craftsmanship just reaches a whole other level. I mean, look at this number, 1,800. That's the number of individual steps it takes for 25 master tailors to create a single jacket. That's not manufacturing. That is practically a religion.
And it's this obsession with craft, with the material itself, that finally leads us to Hermes. Because Hermes doesn't just compete in the luxury world. You have to understand, it operates on an entirely different plane of existence.
And this quote really gets to the heart of it. Hermes isn't about new luxury or logos you can see from a mile away. It signals something else completely. It's that level of deep knowledge, that connoisseurship often tied to old money, a quiet, confident understanding of what ultimate craftsmanship really is.
Now, this whole philosophy comes from their 187-year history as a master saddle maker. And that is so crucial. Hermes isn't a fashion brand that decided to use leather. It's the world's greatest leather artisan that also makes clothing. So when you see a lambskin detail on a jacket, that's not some trend. It's a direct signature of their heritage. And even today, 85% of their items are made by individual artisans. It's a total commitment to craft over scale.
So how does this philosophy make another jacket essential and not just redundant? Well, it's because it doesn't just add another item to the collection. It actually completes the entire story.
Just think about the contrast here. The collection you already have totally masters the language of formal authority. Structured jackets for the boardroom. But the Hermes piece, it introduces a totally new vocabulary. Unstructured, relaxed, athletic-inspired luxury. It's designed for what people call the modern third space. Think international travel, creative meetings. It projects quiet confidence, not that rigid formality. And this philosophy has a very real, very tangible financial result. Look at this. While other luxury jackets are purchases, an Hermes piece is basically a collectible asset. With an average resale value of 103%, it doesn't just hold its value, it often goes up, which puts it in a completely different category from everything else.
Now, this incredible value isn't driven by some clever marketing hype. No, it's driven by genuine scarcity. And that scarcity is rooted in the brand's absolute refusal to compromise on hand production. People who know call it rationing by queue, a strategy where the desire is fueled by true, managed inaccessibility. So, what's the final stitch in the story? Adding this piece isn't about getting another brand. It's about completing the entire narrative of your wardrobe.
You start with a really strong foundation of established, world-class luxury, but adding the Hermès piece elevates it. It actually transforms a collection of excellent items into a comprehensive wardrobe with a clear philosophy, a philosophy that values craft, heritage, and quiet confidence above anything else.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. In the end, this decision isn't just about the jacket itself.
Is it?
It's about writing the final chapter in a story. So, is the ultimate luxury the item you wear, or is it the powerful narrative you're able to tell?